Welcome back to The Man Who Knows Everything, live on Facebook via Industry Hall Residential Arts Centre, part of Sandwell Residential Education Service. So, I hope you've all had a wonderful Easter. As you can see, I've decided to wear me hat for this special edition, the Welcome Back edition after the Easter holidays. So as you know, before the Easter holidays, we've been looking at several different topics. We've been looking at, we've seen the Victorians, we've done Tudor England, we've done ancient Egypt, and then we left with Frida Kahlo, the Mexican artist. So that was our last topic, and then you had whole 2 weeks before we could even do this one. So our topic for this one is Under the Sea, and that was sent in by Emily. So I have got 10 facts for you, and if you've got your 10 facts there, then you can tick them off if I've got a fact that you've got. And then at the end of this, I'm going to give you tomorrow's topic. So if you're joining us for the first time ever, what's going to happen is I'm going to give you my 10 facts about Under the Sea, and then I'll give you tomorrow's topic. And then you've got 24 hours to do some research, find some things out, and come up with 10 facts about tomorrow's topic, and then check in with me, and then we can look at those together. And if you've got a fact that I haven't got, which is very rare because I am the man who knows everything, then you've technically beaten me, but I don't think it's happened yet. Yes, people have given me facts, but I knew them. I just didn't say them, did I? So, yes. Right. So, here are my 10 facts about Under the Sea. My fact number 1 is that the oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth. So the Earth's surface is land, but 70% of it is the ocean. And there's so much of the ocean that remains unexplored. There's so much we don't know about it because it's just so vast. So that is fact number 1, that the oceans on the Earth cover more than 70% of the surface. Fact number 2, and it's kind of connected to fact number 1, is that because they're so vast and obviously so deep, there is more aquatic life on Earth than there is on land. So there's more life in the ocean than there is on the land. So in fact, 94, that's 94% of all living creatures exist in the ocean. Isn't that incredible? 94% of all of the creatures that exist. My glasses have got stuck. I'm so fascinated and taken aback by that fact. 94% of all living creatures are in the ocean. That was fact number 2. Fact number 3 is that less than 5% of oceans have been explored, which is phenomenal. So 70% of the Earth's surface is the ocean. 94% of all the creatures on the Earth live in the ocean, but we've only explored 5% of the Earth's oceans. So I'm willing to bet there's many more creatures waiting to be found. In fact, I think there's something like almost 250,000 recognised species of creature that live in the ocean. But if we've only explored 5%, then there's gotta be a whole load more of creatures that live in the sea. So that was fact number 3. Speaking of things that are under the sea, the world's largest mountain range is actually under the ocean, and it stretches for 65,000 kilometres, and it's called the Mid-Ocean Ridge. And it's thought that as humans, we've explored more of the surface of the planet Venus than we have of the Mid-Ocean Ridge. So there's loads of exploring to be done, and who knows, it could be you that does it in the future. Yeah, so that's fact number 4. The world's largest mountain range is under the sea in the Mid-Ocean Ridge. Fact number 5 is that, also under the sea, you can actually get rivers and lakes under the ocean, and they're not underground under the ocean. What happens is, when salt water and hydrogen sulfide mix and they combine together, it becomes denser than water. So it becomes a lot heavier almost, and it kind of sinks to the bottom, which means that you can actually get pockets of water and actually rivers that have got a current to them running through the ocean. So under the sea, you can actually get rivers and lakes as well. So that is fact number 5. Fact number 6 is about sea life again. So the biggest creature on Earth lives under the ocean. I'll bet this is on your list, eh? It's the blue whale. So the blue whale is not only the biggest creature in the ocean, it's the biggest creature in all of the Earth. So the blue whale could be like 30 meters long. And also the tongue of a blue whale weighs the same as an elephant. Isn't that bonkers? Just imagine how big its tongue must be if it's as heavy as an elephant. And its heart is as heavy as a car. It's insane here, just to give you an idea about how massive that creature is. So the biggest creature on Earth is the blue whale, and that lives under the sea. Fact number 7 is that the Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef, and that is off the coast of Queensland in Australia, and it's 344,400 square kilometres, which is massive. So it's a massive coral reef living organism in our ocean. So fact number 8, it is claimed that there are more historical artefacts under the ocean than there are in all of the world's museums. And that's because there's been so many shipwrecks across the world that under the ocean there are these objects that are of huge historical interest to people. So I learned this from an American website. Now I know Americans are a little bit boastful, aren't they? So a little bit unsure about this fact, but it is claimed that there are more historical artifacts under the sea than there are in all of the world's museums. And this website claimed that there are at least 1,000 shipwrecks just off the Florida Keys alone. So if you imagine how many objects must be on those ships, I reckon it might be true that there are more historical objects underneath the ocean than there are in all of the world's museums. So that's fact number 8. Fact number 9 is that over 70% of the planet's oxygen comes from the ocean. So between 70% and 80% of all of the oxygen that we breathe comes from our oceans, and it's mainly from aquatic plants, mainly from algae that floats on the ocean surface. So this is why oceans are really important to all living organisms, because the air that we breathe, over 70% of it comes from the ocean. So it's really important that we take care of them here. And finally, fact number 10 is that the largest ocean on planet Earth is the Pacific Ocean. So it's the world's largest ocean. And within that ocean, there are 25,000 islands. Isn't that bonkers? 25,000 islands in the Pacific Ocean. So if you've got any of those facts, then cross them off your list, tick them off. And if you've got facts that I haven't given, get an adult to help you out to pop it in the comments below. And we can all share the facts that we've all found about under the sea. So just to recap, fact number 1 was oceans cover 70% of the Earth's surface. Fact number 2, 94% of all creatures on Earth actually live under the ocean. Less than 5% of the oceans have been explored. Fact number 4 was that the world's longest mountain range is under the sea, and it's the mid-ocean range. Fact number 5 is that you can get underwater rivers and lakes. Fact number 6 is all about the blue whale. Fact number 7 was about the Great Barrier Reef. Fact number 8 was that it's claimed that there are more historical artifacts under the sea than there are in all the world's museums. Fact number 9 is that over 70% of the Earth's oxygen comes from the ocean, mainly from marine algae. And fact number 10 is that the Pacific Ocean is the world's largest ocean. So just tick those off your list if you got them, and comment below with any facts that you might have that I don't say. Now, tomorrow's topic is all connected to what tomorrow is. So tomorrow is World Creativity and Innovation Day. Bet you don't know that. Another interesting fact for you. So in honour of World Creativity and Innovation Day, I thought we could look at somebody who is very creative and very innovative. Me. Just joking. So, person who's creative and innovative is Leonardo da Vinci. So tomorrow's topic is Leonardo da Vinci. So you've got 24 hours to do some research about Leonardo da Vinci, and the reason I've chosen is because he's very artistic, very creative, but he was also an inventor. So our topic is Leonardo da Vinci. I will see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock, and you'll have 10 facts ready for me, and we'll see who knows the most about Leonardo da Vinci. So thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay home, stay creative. See you later, Bab.